And this is just our way of training you to locate visually and physically, I guess, through touch, all the different areas that you can start your phrases, your solos, your lead parts, and how to start to connect the dots really with that. And why are those ones specifically useful? Well, I like to consider these octaves for when I am doing something like fills between chords or needing to have more interesting things than just one octave lines in between chords. So let me show you an example of that, okay? If we strum G major, we have this ability to start playing in between that chord here at that 3rd fret of the low E that we just did, here at that 5th fret of the D string, the open G. We could go to the 8th fret of the B string in between, or we could just play around with the 3rd fret of the high E string, because we know this is all G notes and they are the starting point of our G major scale. So it allows us to do little exercises, and we're going to do one specifically together right now, where we're going to combine a strum and then playing 3 notes from the scale. So we're going to strum, play 3 notes, strum, play 3 notes, strum, play 3 notes. What are the 3 notes? We're just going to start with our G, wherever that is, and we're just going to go up the scale. So we're going to go G at the 3rd fret, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, right? So we're just going to go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Strum, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Strum, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. But I want you to do it in with those octaves. So we're going to mix between 3, 5, 7 on the low E, 5, 7, 9 on the D string, open 2, 4 on the G, I should say, string, 8, 10, 12 on the B string, and 3, 5, 4 on the high E string. And we're going to do them in that order, nice and slow. Okay, let's try it. And again, these are the same notes, right? They're the first 3 notes of the G major scale, but in different starting areas and locations on the fretboard. So what I want you to do is practice exactly what we just did, where we strum and we start at 1 octave and we just go up that singular string's 3 notes of the scale. So starting at the 3rd fret of the low E, 5th fret of the D string, open G, 8th fret of the B string, and 3rd fret of the high E string. Now, why is this valuable? Why is this useful? Well, we can start to make our music more creative and emotional, and we can use different octaves to build a story or build an idea. So it's really helpful to understand the different starting areas. We'll be able to do some really cool things like writing some cool little lines that are simple. Let's try to play around with just using the notes that we've learned so far, where to start, where to end, just in G. That's it. So again, sure, but was there a mistake or two? Probably. I don't know. I'm doing this in one take. So anyway, really with this, it's all about just connecting those dots of where everything's at. So being able to fill in chords while you're doing all of this other stuff is really valuable, really useful to be able to do. So just knowing where those octaves are. And let's say we wanted to move. That's fine. These exist here as well. So if we went to A, it would just be the same movement, except, our open G is now going to be the 2nd fret, so we're moving it up 2 frets. Instead of 8th fret here, we're going to be at the 10th fret here. So it just shifts as you go. So if we had an A major and we did the same thing, here you go. It's movable. It's all movable, and it makes it a lot easier to understand that it's movable, okay? So this is something I really like. So I recommend you strum, you practice each variation of the octave starting point, and you have fun. You start to connect the dots. This works for everything, by the way. If you have, like, I don't know, an A minor and you want to do the A minor pentatonic, well, that's easy as well. It connects the same. You just have to remember your different starting points and locations. So that would look something like... And I only did that because I know where the starting points are and the locations of my octaves. That's it. So if you wanted to start your G minor pentatonic, you know the starting points. You know where to go to play through that. And that's why this is so valuable. But we've talked about a lot of octaves right now.